What's shaking, guys? My name is Luke Dancy, and we are here on a Monday night. We are switching things up a little bit. I mentioned this last week that I'll be leaving to go out of town here, so we will not have our usual live meetup on Wednesdays like we normally do. So you guys kind of pitched in all together and told me when would be a good time to hang out, and so we're going to be going live now for the next little bit, but we're going to do things a little bit different tonight. There's been a lot of negativity in the air recently, a lot of sadness in the air in the Magic world. We've lost some greats recently. We lost Bob Cassidy. Bob was getting a little older there, and he's been having some troubles. And we send our condolences, the whole Murphy's family, to his family and friends. And it's a sad day. And then we come to find out the very next day, another legend in the world of Magic. I'm talking about Daryl. Took his own life, and so we have lost some greats in a very short amount of time. And so tonight I kind of took it upon myself to put together a show for you guys, something from my heart to you guys and to the Magic community. It's one of the things I really like about social media and the internet and what I do with this live stuff is that I can connect with a lot of people at once without us all having to be in the same place, which can be tough sometimes, you know what I mean? And so tonight we're going to do a live tribute to Daryl. I have the other camera set up here. Just before I started the show tonight, I lit a candle, I lit a red one because Daryl was known for the color red, and so I lit that, and it's my little tribute to Daryl. So if you guys want to light a candle during this, it'd be kind of cool. Have all of us and spread that the love and energy that we have for one of the lost greats here. So got my little setup going on. I have a lot of really good stuff to show you tonight. I've got a lot of video clips of Daryl to show you. Got some really cool pictures to show you too, some stuff that'll make some of us laugh and really show you just how long he's been around this industry. And it's also a good reminder for all of us just as magicians to celebrate what we do and each other. For some reason, Magic is such a small industry, but we tend to criticize each other every now and then. But I don't understand why we do that. We should be trying to build each other up and try to help each other. You know what I mean? So this is our chance to hang out for a little while and just talk about one of the greats. All right, so let me look on YouTube. I got some friends tuning in right now. As we always do, I want to give some shout outs along the way. And also, if you guys have any stories that you want to share, I'd love to hear from you guys. Maybe you have some stories from Daryl. I see Mark Waddington out there. He says a tribute to Daryl is very much needed. He was a massive influence to so many. Thanks. Appreciate that, Mark. Yes, Malik, rest in peace to both Daryl and Bob. Yeah, I hear you. Daryl was a legend, very true. Uncle Magic, so sad, a true inspiration, great teacher. Can't believe he's gone. I think that's the thing with a lot of us is it's hard to process that he's actually not with us anymore. You know what I mean? It's surreal. I think that's the word that keeps popping up. You've been watching his video, yeah. This is good, Logan. Yeah, Monday nights work so well. So yeah, this is not going to be taking the place of our. This won't be our new day, I'll say that way, because we do weekly hangouts every week. Every Wednesday is our day to all get together, and it's like a live meetup, you know what I mean? Every Wednesday at noon Pacific time. But tonight is going to be a special night for all of us to celebrate the life of an amazing human being and even more amazing, just a good spirit and an amazing magician as well. A few other people here sharing their thoughts. Yeah, Tyler Scott, rest in peace to both of them. Joshua says he saw him just a couple weeks ago in San Francisco. That's crazy. Bruce Young, I've seen him lecture many times. He was a genuine nice guy. I love his videos. He will be missed. I think that's the one common to all of this is just the reputation and the character that was Daryl. I put it up on my own Facebook that I think the real magic with Daryl was his personality, his character. It spoke for itself, and that is something that made him the legend that he was. So I'm going to kick things off. I've got an interview. This is a short interview that was taken a little while back. I've got some other performance clips, and I have a much longer performance clip of Daryl that I got some permission from earlier today to show you guys. It's basically a full-blown show of Daryl. I'm just checking out the specifics here. I think he was in San Francisco. This was at the Fog City Magic Festival in San Francisco. Alan Sands put this up, and I'm going to show you guys the performance in its entirety. So I have a lot of really good stuff to share with you too, and some, like I said, some really good pictures too. So yeah, this is tough. Being on this side of the screen, I'm not going to lie to you guys, this is tough. Someone that's been around Magic, I've been around it for 30 years, you guys that know me, seen a lot of people come and go, but there's always been these people that have been there the whole time. And Daryl's one of those guys that you always just kind of think he's always going to be there. There's other people out there that remind me of that too, like Michael Lamar. You got Michael Lamar. There's also Paul Harris. Some of these type of guys that you always just think they're always just going to be there. The truth is they won't. And I think it's a good reminder to all of you, young or old, to try to respect the elders. Try to show the respect. Try to learn as much as we can while they're still here. Same can be said for someone like Juan Tamariz. Juan is still around, a true living legend, and there's so much we can learn from him too. You know what I mean? So some great people out there. And yeah, Aaron Payne says it's still not real to him. Yeah, so I'm going to pull up some Facebook people too, get some thoughts from Facebook. I like to do that as well. There was the thought here for Alex Giles. Let's see, I'm hosting a self-working tricks night at local Magic Society tomorrow. And I'm going to do is the Dream Card trick by Daryl as a tribute. That's really nice of you, Alex. Nick Marshall, I think he was an inspiration to many magicians without even realizing because he brought magic to another level. Yeah, I hear that, Nick. Very well said, sir. Very well said. Let's see. Cody says, this is great. Well done, Luke. Oh, thanks, Cody. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Daniel Ricks, the Magic community lost 2 greats. We really did. Certainly did. Let's see here. This is a really nice thought. You can see how much you meant to you. Yeah, I mean, this is certainly not about me at all. I just want to show my respects. And I feel that having the platform that we have to connect with you guys is a great way to use the platform. You know what I mean? So truth is, I wasn't asked to do this at all. I saw what happened, and immediately my mind went to, I can help. I can try to help. So I'm going to kick back for a minute, kind of trying to get my bearings here. I'm still trying to reel this in. We'll throw it to an interview. The reason I like this interview, 2 things. If you've never had a chance to really spend time with Daryl, it shows you his personality. The other thing I like about it is he shares some really, really good wisdom. So all the young guys or some of the older guys that are new to this stuff, if you want to hear some wisdom from one of the true greats, listen and listen closely. Grab your pen, write it down. This is some really good advice. There's some good questions asked in here. So kick back, relax. We're going to be here for the next hour and a half or so, celebrating the life of Daryl. So if you can't stay the whole time, I hope that when you do come by, maybe share some thoughts or whatever along the way. Think of it as when you go to a service, you sign in. Maybe just, say something if you can't stick around the whole time. But either way, I'll be here for a little while. So hang tight. Here comes our first little bit from Mr. Daryl. And we'll be back in just a couple minutes, all right?
All right, U.S. Toy with the Magician's Magician, Daryl.
That would be me, yes. Hello.
Yeah, hello. I'm just going to ask you a few simple, basic questions. We just had a fabulous lecture by Daryl. He's getting ready to do a 6-hour workshop.
Oh, very heavy, very heavy. Yeah.
Very heavy workshop here. So, world-famous magician, hundreds of awards, every award in magic.
Well, dozens, but not hundreds, no. 97, actually.
97, that's it. FISM Gold,
Yes, FISM Gold.
Magician of the Year, numerous times. Do you have any advice for the kids out there looking to get a competition act together?
Absolutely. Definitely know what the effect is. If you don't know what the effect is, if you're just doing stuff, but there's no effect, you're kind of wasting your time. An effect is something that's impossible. And it should be able to be described in a quick, short sentence. The coin went through the table. The dollar bill vanished. The rings linked together. These are simple, basic effects, but they're easy to remember. They're easy to understand. Di Vernon said it best. He said, confusion is not magic. Don't confuse the audience. There should be no confusion as to what happened. They should have no idea how it happened, but they should know what happened. Very important.
Yes, very good. During your lecture tonight, you referenced a lot of books. Tarbell, LaPaul, it's a fabulous book. Many books. You have numerous DVDs, videos on the market. Mm-hmm. Do you prefer books over DVDs to learn from, or both, or?
That's a good question. I prefer both. I learn from books because in my day when I was learning, we didn't have DVDs, not even the big, thick Betamax. That just wasn't, it didn't happen yet. Books are great. The problem with books is that you might not know exactly what it's supposed to look like. You know what you think it's supposed to look like, but unless there's a magician at the Magic Club that you could ask, say, what is this supposed to look like? if you don't know, then you don't know what your goal is. You don't know what you're trying to accomplish. So it's a very good idea to watch on video to see what it's supposed to look like, practice it, but don't copy. There's a difference between just practicing a technique and copying somebody's style. That's one of the problems with videos is very often you're learning the teacher's style and you're not developing your own style. So that's a good thing to keep in mind.
Good. What are your thoughts on this so-called YouTube exposure?
Oh, it's a shame. You know what? If somebody's very good at what they do and they teach it on video or they teach it on YouTube, that's fine. The problem is the vast majority of what I've seen out there is just absolutely awful. You know, you could watch somebody like Ricky Jay perform a beautiful, beautiful thing that he spent years developing, and it's a masterpiece. And one click over, you're seeing some teenager that doesn't have any idea what he's doing, completely ruining it and exposing it, and he doesn't even get it. That's a shame. That's sad. That hurts. So stop doing it, you guys out there. Goofballs.
Yes, what he said.
Yeah.
Your wife is a magician.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys have an act together, or she does her own thing?
She does her own thing. She's always had her own act, and her act was completely different. Mine is more close-up, sort of sleight of hand. She's always had the feathers and the costumes and the legs, and she worked cruise ships and Japan. I mean, she's done bigger stage shows with lots of nice music and everything. Completely different, but she studied drama and theater in college at the university in Birmingham. So yeah, she's great, just great.
What is one thing we don't already know about Daryl?
Ah, yes, many things. One thing, my last name is actually Easton. Very few people know that. I'm using it now, but only like on my driver's license and when I'm making hotel reservations and stuff. I've always been Daryl, just Daryl, D-A-R-Y-L, because I've always known there was a little funny business in my history with my family, and my great-grandmother wasn't really, she was pregnant, and the father was an Easton.
All right. So there's a little peek at the interview there with Daryl. There's a few more thoughts in there as well, but kind of gets into the last name and other things like that. So, but as you heard, there was some really, really good advice in there about magic, how to learn magic, and his thoughts on YouTube and other things like that. So you can really hear the passion in his voice. You can really hear the wisdom that's coming out. And I think that it's a shame that it takes something like this to happen for sometimes people to sit up and really pay attention and take notice for the things that really are important, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's it's a little surreal to see that with things that have just happened. You know what I mean, with everything that's just gone on. James Paul, he is my childhood hero. Rest in peace, Daryl. That comes in over on Facebook. Well said, James. Harry Stebbin, man, Luke is holding it together so well when you watch back. Such a performing legend gives such sound advice. This is certainly not easy. I'm not going to lie to you. This is really not easy at all, but I think it's necessary. You know, they have broken wand ceremonies, and I'm sure they're going to have a really nice ceremony for Daryl, but it'll be in California. And the majority of us don't live in California. So for us to all be able to get together and to be all in the same place, you know, to celebrate the life of someone like Daryl, I think this is necessary. And that's part of why I wanted to do it. I think he's touched all of our lives in some way, you know, when it comes to magic. And so I think it would be a shame if we weren't all able to celebrate together. You know what I mean? So again, if you guys have any stories you want to share, or if you have any thoughts, I've found some comments along the way as well. Feel free to share your comments and thoughts about how Daryl's maybe touched your life. You know, it'd be cool. I did get a nice thing earlier today. I read from an old friend, D Hood. D said that a few years back, he had sent Daryl a message to let him know that he was trying to get autographs from other magicians, you know, other big name magicians. And he sent this to Daryl and thought, okay, well, you know, I'll probably never get anything. Month after month, he continued to get letters in the mail with signed playing cards and other things signed by magicians. That was the true character of Daryl. He really cared. And I think that's one thing that we can all take away from his life is that he just cared. He cared a lot about magic. And I think that's something that we could all try to absorb in some way. You know what I mean? I'm going to throw something. This will be a little funny. Let's cheer things up a little bit. This is a picture I found today Actually, I think this was posted yesterday. This comes in from Hannah Amar. This is Michael Amar and Daryl together many moons ago, as you can see there. The two of them hanging out. I love the mustache. I love the beard. Michael Amar has hair. So that really shows the history of those two. And, Michael and Daryl, they were kind of like the Coke and the Pepsi of magic. They were always kind of in the same circles. Some people kind of looked at them as the new Ed Marlowe and Di Vernon. You know what I mean? Like they were the new big, great people. So I like that picture a lot. It shows the history that two of those have, and as far back as they've gone. I have another really funny picture. I'm gonna save it for just a little bit because I need these little moments to try to keep me up. You know what I mean? That's just adorable, and it comes in from Hannah Mr. again. I think she said it came from Paul Harris, so I'll show you that in just a little bit. Let's turn to another trick, though. This is a good one. A lot of people think Daryl was just a card guy. He was very well known for being a card guy, but the reality is he did a lot of other stuff too, and he was very creative with a lot of other things as well. So tonight you're also going to get a little peek into more about Daryl, which is going to be cool, right? This is a clip of a trick that he came up with. This is called Dicey Dots, I believe. It shows just how practical and workable his material was as well. It's really good. So, and it's also fun just to watch him perform in front of real people. So let's check it out right now. Another clip of Daryl. This time he's in action performing for you, so hang tight. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm from Las Vegas. I love dice. I love it. I've got a friend who makes these professionally. He's an artist. Well, he's in jail now. Roll that, if you will. Just give it a roll. Huh? Look at that. 5. Always comes up 5. Well, hold on to it in a tight fist. Squeeze it. Show it no mercy. Okay? Tight fist. I'm going to show you something very weird. Oh, put it right over the table. Something very weird. This is known as a spot remover. Very, very difficult to obtain in this country. This is a spot remover. It removes spots from anything. Tablecloths, shirts, even dice. You've got a die. All I do is touch it. Look. It takes the spot. Yeah, I know. It takes the spots right off. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. Turn your hand over. Slowly open your hand. Ladies and gentlemen, vanished completely. Vanished completely. You may examine everything.
There you go. Daryl in action. Something that just never seemed to get old. You could hear it in his passion. Again, that's the word I keep using. Just when I think of him, it's definitely the passion he had for magic. When he performed, you could see the joy in his face and the smile. The smile is something that I always will remember him for sure. He just carried that smile with him everywhere he went. And that's the one thing also that a lot of people have said is that, as performers, sometimes we're trying so hard to give joy to other people that sometimes we forget about ourselves. And that is definitely something to consider as well with all of the things that are going on. I know there's been a lot of attention on suicide awareness and things like that and prevention. And so here's something, for me to you, as your host here, I'm part of the Murphy's team, but I'm also just a magician. And so each and every one of you that's watching, never feel like you're alone out there. We are a community. We are a brotherhood of magicians, a brotherhood. And of course, that includes women as well, but we're a true brotherhood. And we all are there to help each other. And so no matter what it is, whether we're mourning like we are, for Daryl, or whether we're going through some dark personal times, there's always going to be magicians around to help. And that's something that's important. We are a true brotherhood. So never forget that. You know what I mean? All right. Let's now go to another clip. This one, let me see what I should pull up here for. You know what? Let's go to another picture first. This is another cool picture. I think this one came from Mr. David Sandy. I believe I saw this over on Facebook today. This, I believe, was when Bush was inaugurated. There were a group of magicians that went to perform at the inauguration. You can see Daryl in there. Of course, he's got his red on. He always had the red on. Mark D'Souza's in there. I see David Sandy. I see a lot of other familiar faces in there. But this was a nice shot of a bunch of great. You can see Paul Gertner in the back there as well. Michael Finney. Didn't see Michael there. Some of the greats hanging out, performing in action. And, it's just another reminder of how great he was. He was always surrounded by greats. He was always in that group because he was one of the greats. But he never acted like it. One thing that I've heard from a lot of people is that he was one of the most approachable people in magic, which I hear repeatedly. For myself, I'd have to say the exact same thing. So he was one of the guys that, while he was a superstar in our industry, never was a untouchable superstar where you couldn't have access to him or hear his thoughts. You know what I mean? Yes. Let me see. I have a few friends here that are chatting over on Facebook, and I'll jump back over to YouTube as well. I got some Facebook friends. Rob Greenlee. There are certain magicians that get a little bit of fame and suddenly think that makes them better than the rest of us. I'm glad there are guys out there like you. Oh, come on, Rob. You don't have to put me there. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. AJ, he told me to practice palming with dimes, so when you palmed it would be effortless. That's very wise advice. So when it comes to palming coins, palm really small ones, so when you palm the big ones, it's like you're doing nothing. Very cool. I love that, AJ. Thanks for sharing that. Deborah, hey, Luke, thanks for the tribute. You're very welcome, Deborah. Very welcome. John Carey, how we doing, John? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. So sweet, perfect. Bravo, Luke, and thank you, Daryl. A big legend of magic. Yeah, he was a big legend for sure. D, good to see you tuning in. Thank you for the story as well. I appreciate it. Scott, hey, Luke, sorry to hear the loss. Yeah, I think we were all sad to hear of the loss. It was a huge shock to all of us. A huge, huge shock. Let me see what's going on over on YouTube as well. And we have a lot of friends watching both on YouTube and on Facebook today. So let's put our Facebook page and see what you guys are up to this evening. Here we go. See who's watching out here over on YouTube. Respect Luke, so much sad moment, yet he's trying to trip. I'm trying. I'm trying. John's reaction, no. I thought his name was David. Or are you talking about John, the guy with the mustache? Might be talking about Face Man. Mark Waddington, Daryl had another dice routine, which I learned from Fuller Duelers when I was 13. I still use routine now. That's great. Very cool. First DVD I ever purchased was Daryl. Very cool. RJ Still. Very cool. Let's see what's going on out here. Daryl was my favorite magician. He had a great sense of humor, and was the ultimate professional. Yes, very well said. Danny C. White, God bless him and his family. Absolutely, 100%. I think what makes it all so much sadder is the apparent circumstances around his death and the fact there's been so much confusion. Yeah, I agree, Mark. Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's a shame. It's definitely a shame. Just so many different things. He seemed real passionate about his arts and kind and talented, of course. It's very sad he obviously didn't feel well. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, guys. I'm certainly not going to sit here and talk to you about serious issues. But just because you see people with a smile on their face doesn't mean they're always happy. We've lost people like Robin Williams, one of the funniest people in the world. But he was fighting demons too. So all I'm going to say is, you never know the battle that someone's fighting. You never, ever know. You could be around the happiest person in the world and you don't know what their situation really is. So just try to have kindness. And to me, that's what I love about magic is you really never know what someone's going through, but you always have an opportunity to try to change what they're going through without even knowing it sometimes. So your job as a magician should always be to do more than just tricks, or at least try. You know what I mean? I'm going to include a number of Daryl effects in my summer run. That's very cool. All right, Mr. Laszlo. Andrew Nagy, hello. Yes, very Robin Williams. I agree. There you go, RJ. Yep. I was actually planning on seeing him perform at the castle this past Saturday. Yeah. That's a shame. Yeah. So I'm going to show you one of his most famous routines right now. This is one of the routines that he won FISM with. You know what I'm talking about. We will all raise our cards to the top of the deck, thinking of this man. Daryl was very well known for the ambitious card routine. Always will be. The ultimate ambition, the way that he finalized his whole kind of work on the ambitious card plot, is the ultimate way to end the ambitious card routine. So if you've never seen that, why not watch it all from the master himself? This is the routine he stormed the magic scene with, and literally made made a name of himself overnight with the ambitious card routine. Went to FISM and did it. So let's take a look at that right now, and we will be back in just a minute. So here comes the famous ambitious card routine from the man himself. Actually, let me show you another picture first, because I have these. Let me find the pictures. This is a cute picture. This is another thing I want to show you. This is my buddy Fritz. This is the picture of Daryl. This is the reason I want to show you this first. This is the picture of Daryl that you always see. This is the guy, when you go to conventions, this is the guy. Like, this is what you see. This guy that's always, like, posing and smiling. It's just so hard to believe that he's not here anymore. It's hard. This is really hard. Yeah, that's just, you see that, and now you think about, you'll never see that smile again. Yeah. I'm going to save the ambitious card routine for just a minute because it is a bit longer. I'm going to show you one more quick routine first, and then we're going to grab some more thoughts and maybe some stories you guys might have over on Facebook and YouTube. So feel free to share those. Doing my best to hold everything together inside, but trust me, it ain't easy. So let's take a look at a Monte routine. This is a good one. He was known for his 3-card Monte routine as well. So let's check it out, and we'll be right back. And everyone tuning in, right now, whether you just tuned in or you've been here for the ride so far, thanks for hanging out. This is great, and it's great to see a lot of familiar faces. Definitely makes it easier for me to kind of host this and keep it all together. So thanks for tuning in, and I'm sure Daryl appreciates it too. He's all looking down on us right now. You know what I mean? All right, cool. I'll be right back. Here comes his 3-card Monte.
Cards are the same. One card different, of course. That's the different card. To misdirect you, I use a little jingle. That's right, my friends. It's a little game from Hanky Poo, the red for me, the black for you. Hi diddle diddle, it's the one in the middle. That's right. Man, you're really watching. Ooh, the pressure's on again. Look, there's the red cards, there's the black. Watch the black card. That's all you've got to do is watch the little lady. Here's the mystery. It should be here. Technically, it should be there. But I cheated. It's not there. It's over here. So it's a good thing you weren't betting the big buckolas. I'll do this again. Watch, very slowly. It's not here, it's not here. It's the one in the middle. Oh, yeah, like that's going to help. Put on the glasses. That's right. Yeah, it's worth a shot. Every edge you can get. Look, there it is, right in the middle. The mystery is quite simple. You mix them up. I do a fast move. Here's the fast move. Watch. Oh, that's it. No, it should be there, but it's not there. Look, let me do this again. I want you to see how this is done. It's a very strange thing. Look, this is the move. This is the technique. It's illegal in 5 states. Here's what they call the double flash from Oakland. I learned this from Red from Oakland. It's not there, it's not there. Now, you know it's not this one. That's a fact. No question about it. That's a loser. So just put that one out of your mind. Forget about it. In fact, I'll discard it to here. Always bet on either this one or this one. Wait a minute. That's how you can never win. You never win at this game. Never win. You can't win. Well, there's one way. There's one way. Follow the red cards. Forget about the black one. Forget about this one. Just watch the red one. So here's how to win the game. If I say, what's in this hand, say nothing. There's nothing. It's invisible. Let's try it. What's in this hand? Nothing. You're good. What's in this hand? Nothing. How about this one? Something. All right, something, yeah. That's right, a little something here. That's the secret. Now watch. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. Watch the one in the middle. That's the one to follow. As long as you watch the one in the middle, you'll always see exactly how it's done. Watch closely. I do nothing. Very slowly, very slowly. Where would you guess? If you wait. I would say in the middle. Wait. Well, that's unfortunate, my friends, because you can never win when you play the 3-card Monte. 3-card Monte. 3-card. 3-card Monte.
And there you have it, my friends. Another look at Daryl in action, doing what he does best, just being the life of the party, being the guy to bring smiles to people and just, laughter and just, it's a beautiful thing. That's real magic when you see him perform, you know what I mean? So another cool clip to see. That's the one cool thing with all these DVDs and things, it also keeps the legend alive. We can watch these guys perform whenever we want. So that's another really cool thing. I have another picture I wanted to show you guys. This is a good one. This one is 3 legends just chilling out. Hannah Ammar posted this earlier today. I believe she said she got it from Paul Harris. You can see the guys. They are hanging out. We have got Daryl. We have got Paul Harris himself there in the middle. And we have, of course, Michael Ammar. And I believe that Hannah said that they were in their 20s, and they were in, I believe, the Bahamas. This is when they were all hanging out. I think they put together a project or a book, Magic in the Bahamas. It's a really good look, and it's also a good reminder of just how long these guys have been around this stuff. So another good look of the guys hanging out. And those were the powerhouse guys. When I was growing up, I'm 37, so I've been around Magic going on 30 years now. Those were the power players. If you were going to go to a convention, you would see the headliners. Michael Ammar, Daryl, or Paul Harris. These were like the legends. Those were the guys. And it's cool that they were all kind of like this team, and they all continue to go. further and further along with Magic, and they're still legendary today, of course. Amar and Paul still around and very, very well known in the industry for sure. And I'm sure this isn't easy for them either. So, yeah. Let me see what's going back over here on YouTube. Any thoughts? Any stories? Again, if you guys have any stories you want to share, I'm trying to get to as much stuff as I can for sure. When I met him, someone introduced me as a troublemaker. He laughed and said, I am too, so we should get on nicely. That's a great little story, RJ. Thanks for sharing that. Eugene, hang in there, Luke. I'm doing my best. Thank you. Who gave him the title, The Magician's Magician? It's so true. David, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. First Tom Mullica, now Daryl. Yeah, Tom was another legend, 100%. Really, really sad what happened to him. Mark Waddington, depression affects 1 in 3 people. Thankfully, it's not recognized as a real illness, and more can be done to help now. Yeah, absolutely. Never be too proud to ask for help. You know what I mean? C. White, this should really put into perspective about some of the hate magicians seem to have for each other now. We're not here for long. It's true. We're not here for very long, and we should definitely do our part when we can to help each other, 100%. We all do this stuff because we love it, and it's supposed to be fun. You know what I mean? Let me throw back over to Facebook real quick, see if we have any other good stories. You guys have a lot of great stuff to share today, and I want to thank you all for your thoughts and stories so far. Let's see here. Brainstorm in the Bahamas, Ian. That's right, Ian Fernandez. That is one epic photo, James Paul. Absolutely. I lost 10 friends in 10 minutes. Finally, Daryl informed me of who I just allowed to join my friends list. A good man and a wonderful magician, always 100%. D. Yeah. I think the lesson we should take from Daryl's life is that we should teach the younger wannabe magicians and help them, as we never know what will happen to us tomorrow. Very well said, Harry Steppen. Very well said. And there's some good young guys out there as well. Aaron Payne's watching. Simon Gordon. I could watch Daryl's ambitious card routine over and over again. Just perfection. Absolutely. Very well said, Simon. Yeah. El Camis, my condolences to those of you who knew him personally. To you, Luke. Much love, guys. We should understand the importance of appreciating those who are still with us, as well as those who have gone in and outside the magic community. R.I.P. Daryl Easton, as well as Bob Cassidy. True inspirations of what a true magician, performer, artist should be. Peace and love, guys. Right on, El Camis. Well said. Thank you for your thoughts. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, and the passion, people keep saying that's something they recognize when it comes to Daryl. Mariano Gomez, I met Daryl in Argentina. He was a great man 2 times. He was a great man. Yep. So, nothing but good things said about that guy. That's for sure. But speaking of great things, it's now time. I want to show you the routine that made him an overnight superstar. I'm talking about the ambitious card routine. This is about 8 minutes of goodness. So join me in kicking back, relaxing, and just watching some good magic from one of the greats. Don't sit there as a magician. This is what I ask of you guys. I'll throw the other camera real quick. I ask you not to watch this clip as a magician, the technical side. A lot of us, when we watch tricks, we try to figure them out, try to figure out the details. Just kick back for a few minutes and just enjoy this and be entertained. Just be entertained. That's what magic is meant for. That's why we perform. That's what we should all do right now. And I'm going to. That's the other reason I wanted to kind of wait a few minutes to show you this, is because I think it should really be appreciated when we see something like this. Someone's legacy, basically. That we should all look at it with a different type of lens. So join me in watching the ambitious card routine. This is what you say. Ambitious card. The name associated automatically is Daryl every single time. So let me just cue this up, and I'll be around in the chat as well. So if you guys have any other stories or thoughts, I'll be keeping an eye over there too. So again, thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. Thanks for sticking around, and this is going to be good. So here we go. The classic ambitious card routine.
Whoa. Well, good touch. Wow. I wish I had a better act. Well, right now, I would like to explain to you how all card tricks are done. I can explain them in one word. One word is control. That's all that happens. The magician controls the cards. Allow me to demonstrate. Would you help me with this one? What I need to do is to have one card that we will control. Any card, and because I'm going to have you sign the front of the card, it might be a good idea to get something other than a picture card, a number card would be best. So name any card you'd like, and that's one we'll use. It's up to you.
Two of hearts.
Ah, one of my personal favorites. There's the two of hearts, and would you please, in big, bold letters, sign your name, your first name on the front side of the card. That'll be perfect. Excellent, nice and big. Now, the reason I have the card spread face upwards is so that you can see that that is the only two of hearts in the entire deck. Sometimes I demonstrate this mystery, and people say, oh, well, obviously, you have duplicate cards, but that's the only one. Even if I did have a duplicate two of hearts, of course, that's the only one with your name on the front. Okay? Now what happens is the magician says, put the card back into the deck, and that's where he cheats. I'll show you what I mean. It goes in, I'll shuffle them up. Man, you haven't blinked once. That's good. So it really is hopelessly lost. The card is not on the bottom or next to the bottom. I mean, it could have been, but it would have been just coincidence. Or the top. It's not near the top. If I want your card, I just snap the fingers, and it will rise to the top all by itself. That's the mystery. Now in slow motion, it looks like this. The two of hearts goes into the center of the deck, about halfway down. All I have to do is snap the fingers. That's all it takes. The card will rise to the top position, and it works every single time. Now, in slow motion, it looks like this. It really goes in, but I'll put it in from the front. Now, obviously, if I do not snap my fingers, it will not rise up to the top of the deck. In fact, it won't even be next to the top. It stays in the middle until I do the secret move. The secret move is nothing more than a snap of the finger, and it's up on the top once again. Now, anybody can do this. In fact, would you do me a small favor? Lift off about half of the pack. Perfect. Cover it up yourself. Put all those cards on top. Take the entire deck out of my hands. Just snap your fingers. Perfect. You're a natural. Turn over the top card. If it worked, bow to your thunderous applause. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a winner. Watch the card very closely. Not yet. It goes into the middle, but to be even more fair, I will place it in the middle of all of these cards, then all of these into the middle of all of these cards. Now it's hopelessly lost until, of course, I snap the fingers. Then it jumps back up to the top once again, cleverly disguising itself on the way. No, perhaps the deck didn't hear me. Here, let me start again. There's the 10. If I snap it like this and give it a little squeeze, it turns into the two of hearts. Are there any questions up to this point? See, I'm just making it up as I go along.
Can't even feel it move.
Yeah, that's right. And she knows, because you tried, didn't you? You felt it?
I didn't.
You didn't? Look, I'll tell you what I'll do this time. I will push the card forward about halfway. I won't use the whole deck. I'll just cover it with a few cards. Just a few like that. I'll push it in, give a little snap. It jumps to the top. But actually, this is not the top of the deck. See, this is considered the top of the bottom half. The top of the deck would be this part over here. So watch the top of the deck, and you'll see it every single time. You really will. Oh. I have an idea. To make this easier to follow, I will eliminate half of the pack. I won't even use those. Just half of the deck. In fact, would you take this yourself? All I'm going to do is riffle down the corner. Anytime you'd like, just say stop. I will stop, and I'll let you put the card in yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Face down. Anytime.
Stop.
Perfect. Face down like that. Watch. No moves, no tricks, no manipulations. It is not on the bottom. It is not on the top. It stays in the middle until I snap the fingers. Then it jumps up to the top once again. I'm going to push it in with one finger because I really want you to see it. It goes in the middle. That's about halfway down. With one finger, I'll push it in. Watch. Till you do a little snap, it jumps up to the top once again. Now let me do this again. It goes in the middle. I'll turn this face up. That way you can see it's not on the top yet. Not until I do the secret move. See, here's the secret move, a little tap and a snap, and it's back on top. Now when you do this, you can do it in slow motion. Just place it on the table, cover it with all of these cards, snap. It still jumps up to the top of the deck. It's always on the top. But I have an idea. To make this even easier to follow, tell you what I'm going to do. I will eliminate a few more cards. I will eliminate all of these. That's all I can do. Now that's as few as I can use and still be able to place the card into the middle of the deck. Now it's a very thin deck, but the principle is the same. It goes in the middle, it's sandwiched in from above and below until I push it like this, snap the fingers, it jumps to the top. I'll do this again. There's the card. It goes in the middle between the other two cards until I snap the fingers, and then of course it jumps to the top position. Now, sometimes when I do this, I cheat. Once I did this, and I did cheat by accident. I didn't place it in the middle. Instead, I actually put it on the bottom of the packet. That's okay. I snapped. It still jumps up to the top. It just had to go through two cards. And this works in anybody's hands. In fact, would you put your hand out like this? Like a table. Watch closely. There is the card. Face down, off the top, into your hand. I will cover it with these cards. I'll even spread them out. All you have to do is snap your fingers. Perfect. That's good. Turn over the top card, let everybody see. We have another winner. Wow. You know, there may be some suspicious folks out there. Quite honestly, there's only two ways that this can be done, or two categories of methods. One is it could be sleight of hand. Another is it could be a trick. That is to say, maybe before the show I had you sign a duplicate two of hearts. That's not the case. So just to make this card extra unique, perhaps you'd care to help out. Would you put your initials or your signature on the front of the card as well? What we're going to do is have several people sign the card. That way we know there's no possible chance of having a duplicate. And to make sure that I'm not using any sleight of hand, what I'm going to do is wrap the deck with rope. Please do. Watch very closely. I am going to sleight of hand proof the pack. And the best way to do that is to wrap it up with rope. Now there's no way to perform sleight of hand with a deck that has been wrapped with rope. I know because I've tried. It just cannot be done. Many have tried and several were seriously injured in the attempt. Look at that. That puppy's all tied up. Now that's sleight of hand proofed. Is there a card out there?
I'm scared.
Oh no, please, please. Enjoy, relax. And just for fun, would you sign the card as well? And sign it on the back, just in case. That's good. Any kind of identifying mark will be fine. And let's have that back. Oh, look at that. There's no way I could have a duplicate of that puppy. So the deck has been sleight of hand proofed with the rope, and the card has been signed by what? 20, 30 people. And to make it even more unique, let's tear off a corner. How about like that? I think that should be pretty convincing. That is the only one. The deck has been sleight of hand proofed. The card that's been signed by 20 or 30 people goes into the center of the deck, and that really is the middle, isn't it? That really is. I haven't cheated yet, but it's coming up. Watch. I'd like to see this one myself. That is the middle of the deck. It does go in. Is that still in the middle? Still the signed card?
Yep.
Watch. Inside. All the way. Not yet? Hasn't gone through yet. Watch. Two of hearts. All the way in. Look. All I have to do is snap the fingers. Yes, I felt it. You'll have to take my word for it, but I did. I felt it. One card rises to the top. Can you take a little peek under there? That is definitely the top card. It is signed on the front. It is signed on the back. And just for those who are extra suspicious, it has the missing corner. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the mystery of the ambitious card.
Very good. Very, very good. That's just the stuff. That is the good stuff. I think that's the best way to put it. You just saw the routine that made him who he was. Just one part of it, but definitely one of the biggest parts of what made Daryl was the ambitious card routine. And the ultimate ambition at the end that you saw wrap around the deck and steal the card somehow comes up to the top of the deck was revolutionary. People had no idea when that came out. When he performed it, I should say, how the heck he did it. And just a beautiful routine. A great example, again, of structuring a routine, performing, just a way to perform in general. It's just a master class, a lesson from watching the man perform, which is another reason why I thought it might be fun to just kick back and relax and enjoy the clip for what it is instead of just trying to pick apart every little piece. Just enjoy watching it for what it is. You know what I mean? So, good stuff from Daryl, as always. I'm going to jump back over to some of our socials and see what you guys have to say about some of this stuff. I've got Facebook up right here, so let's jump back over to Facebook real quick. Let's see what's going on out there. So beautiful, just wonderful. Right on, David. I hear you. Had the honor of meeting Daryl a few years back. He was by far one of the greatest I ever met. That's good, Savas. Very cool. Simon Gordon, let's not forget how great he was with his explanations, too. Yeah, that's a great point, Simon. Daryl wasn't a fantastic performer, but he was also one of the best teachers. There are complete courses on card magic out there for a reason. Why he's the guy teaching them is because he's one of the best when it comes to teaching. Very easy to understand. It really feels like you're just sitting down with a friend hanging out. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Untouched by Daryl will forever be one of my favorite effects. Very cool, AJ. All right. His stories are untouchable. Yeah, Jay, well said. All right, good. So there's some thoughts and some stuff that's going on over on Facebook. Don't want to ignore my YouTube friends too. See what you guys have to say out there. I'm sure you have some good stuff too. So let's pop back over there. That's one thing that's fun about these lives. I can hang out and chat with you too. Eugene, okay, I've been doing the Mitch's card for a long time and I have no clue how we did the rope thing. There you go, Eugene. Right on, right on. Let's see. Classy tribute. Thanks. I'm glad you guys are digging this. Thanks, Another Pass. Appreciate that. Thanks. Means a lot. He's a gift to the magician's world. Yes, indeed. Very well said, Mr. Rafat. Case, I'm amazed by the closeness and compassion our brotherhood shows each other at all times, especially when there is a loss. I'm available. There you go. That's great. Andre, he was the master. Alex, with a bunch of Rubik's Magic and magicians come through recently, we shall be pointing out the Enchanted Cube is from Daryl, always changing the game. Right on, Alex. Very well said there. You should put the interview you showed before on your channel. Maybe a few YouTubers will delete their tutorials. Yeah, I mean, it was nice to hear his direct answer when it came to tutorials on YouTube. Yeah. Bruce, his Encyclopedia Card Slice is my favorite. Very cool. Bruce, Alan Rorson. Hey, Alan. Let's shake him, buddy. I still perform his ambitious card the same way as him to this day. Why miss with perfection? Well said, sir. Well said. All right. Thanks for reading my comment. He was an inspiration. That's why I'm here. You know, a lot of people they'll do things online and they make it all about themselves. This is not about me. I'm just the guy in the middle, hosting, trying to bring us all together, and I appreciate that. But yeah, so this is about you guys, 100%. It's about Daryl. You know what I mean? So thank you guys for all the great stories you continue to share. And all the thoughts. This is great to feel all of us together. You know, there's a lot of good energy right now, celebrating the life of one of the good guys. You know, let's throw to another clip. This is Daryl performing one of my favorite routines. I know a lot of people got inspired after seeing him perform this to want to perform it as well. I'm talking about the Chicago opener. This is a classic. This is Daryl's routine on it, on the classic routine. And if you've never seen it, well, this is a great routine. Not only that, it gives you another chance to see Daryl in action doing what he does best. So let's kick back again and relax and watch some more Daryl in action. And don't forget, at the end of this, I've got like a 30-minute clip. I got permission to put this up today from Alan Sands. It's about a 30-minute clip of Daryl performing a show. It's a recent show. Let me just pull up the details real quick. This show was from August 13th. This is 1995. Okay. No. Oh, that's when he was born. I'm sorry. This was February 25th. When was this? Recorded January 2017. Excuse me, at the Fog City Magic Festival. Alan had put up the dates of Daryl's passing. He was born in 1955. So yes, this was recorded in January 2017. So again, if you guys want to hang out a little bit longer, get comfortable while this next clip plays. Grab some snacks, grab a drink. At the end of this, coming up here in probably the next 20 minutes or so, we've got a 30-minute clip of Daryl performing a full-blown show. And this is as of like last month. You don't want to miss it. All right? So I'm enjoying this with you guys. I'm enjoying celebrating the life of Daryl. It's my honor to do this. I'm really humbled to do this because I really looked up to him as a hero in our industry. So happy to be here, happy to do this, and happy to see so many friends out there and all the great stories and all the thoughts. It's nice that we can try to take some of this negativity and try to make some good out of it. All right, so let's get back, and here comes some more Daryl.
Action. Ready for some action. Watch closely, make sure I don't cheat. Yeah. Would you help me out?
I certainly will.
Please, if you're not too busy, just pick a card, any card. Anyone will be fine.
Okay.
Oh, good one. Take a look at it. Remember what it is. Hold it up high. Let everybody see. And then, if you will, I'd like you to put it back into the deck. Just call out stop wherever you'd like to place it.
Stop.
Perfect. Watch closely. Lost, but not forgotten. What I have to do is pass the hands over the pack. Believe it or not, one card will change color. Just like that. It's done. So they're all red on the back side except for one card. Ooh. And you know what? That's the only card that changed color. Now, any card could have changed color, but only one specific card actually made the change. What was the card you selected?
Jack of clubs.
Jack of clubs. That's all there is to it. Works every time. That's weird, isn't it? Sometimes I do this, people think, oh, you just got lucky. Well, I did. I'm going to press my luck. I'm going to try for 2 in a row. Yeah. Would you mind helping me out? I'll just shuffle through. Anytime you'd like at a random location, just call out the word stop. Stop. Perfect. Take a look at the card. In fact, I'll let everybody see it. I won't look. You see what it is? You got it? And I'll try the same mystery again. Just like before, a little pass of the hands. One card changes color. One card. One card should be blue. Whoops. Do you see it?
No.
You don't see the blue card?
Well,
No. I was hoping you'd say that. Take a guess. What do you think that card might be?
oh God, King of Spades. It couldn't.
Absolutely, positively. Good one.
There he is again, doing his thing. Love that guy. So much fun. It's no matter if he was at a magic convention performing for magicians or just performing for real people, he always had that same enthusiasm. Just so much fun. And so much good stuff going on here tonight. I see a lot of you out there saying you're going to stick around and hang out until the end. That's great. I love to hear that. That's good. Let's see what's going on out there on the Facebook chat. Anthony White, still get choked up watching him. Yeah, I hear you, Anthony. This is tough, man. This is tough. Steven, Daryl will be missed, and remember when the Ambitious card performed by all magicians from now on. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. And Andy Wallace, lost but not forgotten. Yeah, well said, Andy. Yeah, very well said. Yeah, it's hard not to get choked up during this. I got to be honest with you. This is not easy. We've lost a great. You don't find those every day. They just don't exist. They're a rare breed. And this is tough. This is really tough. Let's see what's going on over on YouTube. You guys here? Let's see. I'm going to stay with you, Luke. Cheers. All right, see White. Sounds good. It's like in New Orleans where they celebrate his wonderful life and legacy as opposed to mourning. Right on, RJ. Jared, you saw his last lecture. Very cool. Known as the world's best card trick these days. Yep, right on. Johnny, I love how Daryl never rushed the magic, always took a deep breath. Yeah, right on. His books were incredible, RJ. Well said. Let's see here. Andrew Nagy sticking around. Sounds good, Andrew. Looking forward to having you around the rest of the time. Yes, just take a deep breath and show how happy he was to be with his audience. Right on, Johnny. Right on. The man, the myth, the magician's magician will never be forgotten. Well said. Good stuff out there, guys. I love how open you guys are about all this. This is really, really nice to see. All right. Another one of his routines he was very well known for. He did a lot of rope magic, and this is one of the routines that I could watch all the time. His acrobatic knots, the jumping knot of Pakistan, I think some people call it. This is fun. And again, so many people think he's just a card guy. He did so much more than that. He did three fly. He did Rubik's Cube magic, as my buddy Alex said earlier, the Enchanted Cube. The man did a lot more than just card tricks. But yes, let's check out the acrobatic knot together. And this is a really fun routine. So enjoy it.
Warehouse. And I'd like to show you one of my very favorite tricks. It's a little something I do for myself at home in front of the mirror for hours and hours, and I laugh and laugh. And then I get dressed. Watch closely. It's a little mystery with 2 pieces of rope, a lovely shade of red, so you will not confuse it with the white. Watch very closely. The white rope gets a knot, but this is not an ordinary knot. This is very special, known as the amazing acrobatic knot. All I've got to do is twirl the ropes together. I say the secret magic words, which I say silently to myself. That causes the knot to jump off the white rope over to the red. Now that in itself is quite a feat. But here's where it gets weird. If I take the knot and squeeze it, it turns into a sliding knot. I can slide it right off the rope like this. With practice, you can actually throw it right back on like that. Now in my pocket, I've got some magic dust. Magic dust. Watch. See it jump? That turns it into a sliding knot. Once again, I can slide it from here all the way to there. The best part is if you blow on it gently, very, very gently, that fuse welds the rope and the knot together, blending them as one, and that is the mystery of the amazing acrobatic knot. As always, you finish clean, everything to be examined. Voila.
Voila. Voila, indeed, sir. Yes, that is a beautiful routine. I've seen him do that in person more than once, and it was just so fun. You can tell he's done that stuff hundreds, if not thousands of times. Smooth, that every little phase just transitions so effortlessly into the next. Just beautiful stuff. So yeah, another favorite routine of his. Another one that's fun to watch. Again, this isn't a card trick. This is his. A lot of us, we look down on SpongeBob magic. We don't think it's cool enough. Well, Daryl decided to play into the stereotype of magicians, and instead of doing SpongeBob magic, he decided to use the little sponge rabbits. This is a hilarious routine. It's a great example, again, of using magic that some people might not think works. Just watch the reactions that he gets. That's what I want you to watch here. This, again, is a true course in how to perform magic. And again, a routine that a lot of people would look over and go, oh, yeah, whatever. But watch this and see how much you can get out of some simple sponge rabbits. This is a great routine. Another classic Daryl piece. That's what I'm trying to do tonight is try to highlight a lot of the best of stuff from the man that was Daryl. So this is another great routine. I hope you guys are enjoying this tribute. Again, if you guys are just joining me, welcome. So nice to have you here. My name's Luke Dancy, your host. We're celebrating the life of Daryl tonight. And if you have any stories or any thoughts, anything at all that you want to share, now is your time. Post those in the comment section. I'm back and forth between Facebook and YouTube. I can bring the comments up on screen. Loving to hear you guys share your thoughts, though. This is great. So, again, kick back and relax. Let's enjoy a little bit more Daryl together. All right.
As you well know, some magicians produce birds, some magicians produce rabbits. I give you a choice. I do. What would you rather see, a bird or a rabbit? A rabbit. Watch.
I already got a bird.
Yeah. I rub the hands together. Look. What'd you say, a bird? A rabbit. It's not too late to change your mind. Wait. A rabbit. Ladies and gentlemen, a little rabbit. Isn't that the cute? Oh! Now you might have wondered, what would I do if you would have said bird? Not what you're thinking. I would have gone like this, ladies and gentlemen, a little bird. Isn't that the cutest thing you ever... Oh! So we have a little bird, a little rabbit, two empty hands, nothing up the sleeves. Now, as you all know, birds fly, whereas rabbits don't. Oh, yeah, they hop, yeah. Watch, the bird goes here. The rabbit here, a little shake. The bird flies invisibly over to here. The rabbit hops across to here. Now I've got the rabbit over here, the bird here. Ladies and gentlemen, isn't magic wonderful? Yeah. All right. That's a good deal. Oh, sorry. That's a good deal. I mean, that's great. So, oh, it's good to... Oh, shit. Sorry. All right. Wait. We'll start again. Wait. Yeah. Fooled you the first time. All right, it's okay. By the way, this little hokey thing does not denote the quality of the magic to come. It's a simple trick.
That's cute, though.
Yeah, I agree. You hold them this way, they look like little bunny rabbits. You turn them this way, and like that, they look like little birds. But for the rest of the demonstration, we'll call them little rabbits. They look the same, however. They're like this. They're different. Very important difference. One is a lady rabbit. And one's the gentleman rabbit. So the lady rabbit goes here, the gentleman rabbit goes here. No, it's the other way around. I'm sorry. This one goes here and this one goes here. And if I squeeze like this, look, hop, it vanishes, hops invisibly over to here. Oh, yeah. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to try this in your hands. Don't be nervous. Will you help me? Help Mr. Magic. Open your hand. Excellent. I'd like you to hold on to one of the two bunny rabbits, but you have a choice. You can hold on to the lady rabbit or the little gentleman rabbit. Wise choice. My personal favorite as well. Hold on to the lady rabbit and a tight fist squeeze her. Show her no mercy. Turn your hand over. Perfect. You've got the lady rabbit. I have the man rabbit. But I've got the magic power. The magic power of damnation. Watch. Go like this. Like that. Did you feel the magic? All right. Excellent. Which one did I give you, the lady or the gentleman rabbit? The lady rabbit. Turn your hand over. Open your hand. Take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, you now have the gentleman rabbit. I've got the lady. They've changed places. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Beautiful. I was just kidding. Look, I'll hold the lady this time. You hold the gentleman. Squeeze them tightly. We'll make them change back. Turn your hand over. All right, like this, like that. Did you feel them change places? No. I was messing with you again. This time they didn't change places. What happened instead was this one disappeared. Flew through the air invisibly, and it landed inside your fist. Turn your hand over. Open your hand. Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. Oh, man. Look. Oh, I'll tell you what. Hold them both. Hold them both. In a tight fist, hold them both. I'm going to try to sneak one away, and I give you a choice. Which would you like to have me remove? The lady or the gentleman rabbit?
The gentleman.
Wait a minute. Big mistake. Did I give you the lady and the gentleman together? Do you have any idea what happens when you have a lady and gentleman rabbit together in a dark, cozy, lonely place like a tightly clenched fist? Any guesses? You better open your hand before it's too late. We've got a million of them. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God. Oh man. Oh man, look. Oh, you know how that works? Oh, you guys. They're exposing the secret. Knock it off. Stop it.
That was great.
I don't know what else to say. I have nothing to say. I have no words. Again, we're magicians, and we all look at this stuff and we go, oh man, little sponge balls or sponge rabbits. I'm too good for that. Look at what he just did. He just brought the house down with sponge rabbits. Again, a true testament to a professional performer in his element, doing what he does best. And what really matters at the end of the day is the performing. It's the performance. You saw the girl react, and she was freaking out. The audience, they were digging it too. I mean, end of story. Just amazing stuff. And again, it's just fun to see Daryl in his element, isn't it? It's just a lot of fun. Yeah. Let's jump back over to some more comments. I know I've seen you guys hanging out. You're both on watching right now on YouTube and over on Facebook. So if you have stories you want to share or share some comments about Daryl or what he's meant to you, feel free to post those now. I encourage it. You know, we're all celebrating the life of a true legend. So join me now if you're feeling it. Yeah. Over on YouTube, Daryl was and is magic. Well said, Jay. Very well said. Good to see you, Jay. Mike Sullivan, good to see you, sir. Great magician, sorely missed. Absolutely, 100%, sir. Jay Garcia, I got a lot of mileage out of the bunnies at a high-end gig this past week, and there you go. No matter what level performing, they speak for themselves, right? His handling pattern is great. Right on, Jay. Alex Giles, the amount of people who have tuned in on Facebook and YouTube is testament to him as a man and magician. I don't know him, but he was, was aware of his work and of him. Watching his videos was great. Holding the crowd, Jay, he knew what he was doing for sure. Ryan, love that trick. Right on. You know, that's something else I did want to kind of share when it came to all this type of stuff, and that is we are all together right now celebrating Daryl. We're celebrating his life. Trying to show you some highlights, some of the best things people want to remember from him. But we're all here watching this now, and he wasn't like a super popular YouTube guy or on social media. He was just, his work spoke for itself. But you see the amount of attention he's getting. You know why? Because he did the good stuff. I try to hammer this home each and every week when I do the live shows for you guys, and that is hard work will speak for itself. Hard work, dedication, focus speaks for itself. That's what makes a legend a legend. That's what made Daryl who he was. And so, yes, the outpouring I'm seeing right now is incredible. He deserves it and so much more. I don't know what else to say, but it's great to see so many people out celebrating his life for sure. Daryl he always made you do the pose. Someone's saying, AJ, when you took a photo with him. Yeah. So, let me see here. What else is going on over on YouTube? I've got a lot of stuff I'm trying to juggle along the way, too. I've got YouTube, I've got Facebook. I'm also trying to rock out some other stuff for you here, too. I'm cracking up. That was great. Right on, Eugene. Good stuff. History Card Monte DVD Encyclopedia Card Tricks was amazing as well. Yep. Seb, good on you guys for doing this. RIP Daryl, my first DVD mentor. Seb, you're welcome. It's our pleasure to do this for you. Trust me. The whole Murphy's family. is so saddened by this loss. Daryl was a great friend to all of us, and the whole Murphy's family sends out our condolences to his family, as all of you guys do as well. But I'm, glad to see so many great people here tuning in now. You're doing a good job, mate, by giving tribute to legend Daryl deserves respect. That's a good word, respect. I like that word a lot. Daryl would have been honored to see you pay such homage to him. Thank you, Luke. He deserves nothing less. I hope so, man. I'm trying to do him right. I'm trying. He deserves it. I'm trying my best to send him off in a good way. Again, guys, I've got a couple more clips of just kind of some tricks that he used to do, but I also have a 30-minute performance. This was done last month. This is what I'm going to end the tribute on. I'll pop back on and say a few more words, but stick around if you're just joining me. We're celebrating the life of Daryl. And if you have any stories, that you want to share with us, or any words you want to share, now is the time. We are a group of magicians hanging out all together. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. Some are watching on Twitter as well. But the only thing that matters is we're all magicians celebrating and focused right now on Daryl, the magician's magician. And so share their stories. Share them right now. But I do have a couple more clips, and then we are going to go to that live performance. Again, this is a 30-minute performance of his act. So hang tight for that. That's going to be a lot of fun, right? But right now, let's go to his ring, rope, and wand routine. This is another classic Daryl piece. I also, the other thing, I just saw the thing pop up. The other thing that I always think of when I think of Daryl is those flashy shirts that he used to wear. Especially in the last 10 years or so, he always used to wear the button-down shirts with cards all over them. The one I think he's wearing this one has some flames or some stuff on it. Classic Daryl. Classic Daryl. So let's check this out. This is another classic piece, ring, rope, and wand. Hope you are enjoying this tribute as much as I am. This is great that we're able to take something so sad and find the good in it as well. And that is the life of a legend. All right, guys. Hang tight. We will be right back.
Yeah. Woo-hoo, doggy dog. That's fancy pants. Wow. For this mystery, I need to use a magic wand, a beautiful magic wand. Would you please take the liberty of examining the magic wand? Also, a lovely piece of velour cord for you. Please to examine. I need one more thing. I need to borrow $1,000. No, a finger ring. Does somebody have a finger ring? Perfect. May I borrow that for just a moment? Oh, that's actually very nice. Oh, man. I hope this works. So that is a solid finger ring. It is not a one-size-fits-all finger ring.
Right.
Good. Okay. How about that? Is that solid?
Yeah, it's very solid.
Nice. You're having entirely too much fun with this. Solid, beautiful crystal magic wand. And how about the cord?
Solid.
Good answer. Good answer. So basically, this is a mystery of solid through solid. And if I don't prove the fact that everything is solid, it's pointless. Solid magic wand, solid cord, solid finger ring. Now I need a little bit of help. First, I'm going to put the ring on the cord so that I don't lose it. Very important. There it is on the middle so far. So what? But it builds. Now to make sure I don't lose it, I will cross the ends over the back of my wrist, okay? Would you help me out? Hold on to one end of the cord with your left hand. That's perfect. Would you hold on to one end with your right hand? That's very good. With your other hand, your downstage hands, please each hold on to one end of the magic wand. Get a good tight grip, solid wand, keep it level. That makes it aesthetically pleasing. Nice and level, solid. Do not let go of anything. Ladies and gentlemen, I present for your entertainment pleasure. Keep it level. Don't lower it. Right there, perfect. A penetration extraordinaire. And for you, a free souvenir gift from me to you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for another satisfied customer. Good job. Good job.
All right. Of course, we're not going to go into the explanation of that. Kind of ruins the fun, doesn't it? But you have another good look at Daryl in action. Having a blast and entertaining a crowd. Once again, as you can tell, it's just what he was good at. He was just really, really, really good at it. I've got another clip here. I've got another clip or two, and then I'm going to show you guys the live performance from last month. And I have also a couple of pictures to show you along the way. My buddy James Paul just sent me a couple of pictures of a lecture that Daryl did recently in the Philippines. So I'm going to get those ready to show you as well. So we got another couple clips to show you. Again, if you guys have any stories or thoughts you want to share along the way about Daryl, maybe how he's influenced your magic, or just some kind words you want to say, now's the time. We're all together. We're all doing this. I'll be around a little bit longer for you. So hope you're enjoying the tribute. Here comes another classic. This one is a classic. This one is, the quality is a little lower, but it is because I believe this is off of a VHS. Yes, to my younger viewers, there's these boxes that you put in a machine, and you have to rewind it because it has tape. They're called VHS. All right. All right, guys, here we go. Here's another classic Daryl routine just for you. We will be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rope of mystery. Watch closely, nothing in the hands, just one piece of rope, an ordinary piece of rope, the kind you can buy in any magic shop. It's a good, strong, solid piece of rope. Watch the ends very, very closely. All I do is pass one over the other. They're not really tied together in a knot. They're just sort of draped around each other like this. And if I blow on the ends, that makes them very soft. That makes them very, very easy to remove. You're not laughing now. So now I have a piece of rope that has no ends, just middle. But it's good, strong, solid middle. There are no ends at all. Well, there are ends, but they're over here. All I have to do is take the ends, give a little squeeze like this, turn the inside to the outside, and of course vice versa, and that puts everything back the way it was at the very beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, the rope of mystery. Oops, no, that's an entirely different act. This time I'll take the ends, I'll tie them together with a double knot. That's one, and that is two. A good strong double knot. Now if I cut the rope any place, of course I'd have two pieces, but I don't have any scissors. But that's all right. I'm a professional. I can fake it. Oh. Now normally what I do is I cut the rope exactly opposite from the tied ends. That way both lengths would be identical. But as you can see today, I'm a little bit off. That's all right. All I've got to do is take rope number one like this, put rope number two over here, say the magic words, cuancuardos, cuadaladas, poriéndose a las citas imigración, and the ropes restore, ladies and gentlemen, back to the original condition. And there you have it, the rope of mystery. Rope of mystery. Now here's a little something that you can all go home and try. Just get a piece of rope, fold it in half. If you do that, you'll find you've got the two ends together on one side, and opposite the ends will be the middle. But that's not the mystery. Watch closely. End number one, I give a little squeeze like this. It passes through the hollow core, and it lands on the other side. Now, for lack of technical variation, I'll repeat the illusion. End number two, a little squeeze. It passes through the hollow core, lands on the other side. So now I've got the ends where the middle used to be. The middle is where the ends used to be, which in itself is quite a feat. Although I seem to be the only one who thinks so. Ladies and gentlemen, the rope of mystery. Now, sometimes when I do this, after the thunderous applause finally subsides, there's always someone that says, oh, I know how that's done. That's a piece of that phony, fake trick magician's rope. Actually, that's not true. This is not phony, fake trick magician's rope. I've got that stuff over here. This is ordinary rope. In fact, how about you, sir? Would you mind? Examine the rope, please. Make sure it's ordinary rope. It doesn't stretch. It doesn't shrink. In fact, you might have noticed the ends, the very tips, they have been dipped in glue, and the glue has dried hard. The reason I do that is for the exact same reason that we all have feet. I'll just leave it at that. No, it's true. Our feet prevent our legs from fraying at the ends. That's right. That's right. Now, here's a length. I can't let you see the whole thing right now, but I'll tell you what. For you, I'll give you just a little piece. If you'll check that puppy out for me, please. Perfect. That leaves me with this piece, and what I'll do is I'll tie a knot in the middle like this. And if I take that knot and squeeze it with my fist, I can create the illusion that the knot disappears. Actually, the knot is still there. It's just that I'm making it very, very small, and I'm hiding it on the inside. Now, you can't see it, but you can feel it. In fact, it's right there. I can feel the little bump. But rather than take the time to let everybody feel the bump, what I'll do instead is take the rope like this, give a little shake, ha-choo, and that reforms the knot from the inside out. How about you? Would you mind examining this rope, please? Make sure it's okay. Now, who has the big one? That would be you, sir. Let me have the rope back. And in your own words, is this an ordinary piece of rope? Ah, excellent phrasing. That's right. It's an ordinary piece of rope, and who's got the little piece? That would be you. Very good. Thank you. Please notice, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, that these ropes are different lengths. Now, normally I don't have to mention that, but every once in a while, I perform this mystery for a crowd that has been drinking, and sometimes the audience doesn't notice. Now, it's very important you notice the fact that the ropes are different lengths now. Otherwise, what I'm about to do would be even more pointless. Watch closely. 2 different lengths. In fact, all 3 are different lengths. May I? 3 different sized pieces of rope. All I've got to do now is bring up the opposite ends of the long piece, the middle-sized piece, and the short piece, and I say the magic words, stretcho, 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 and the ropes will magically, mysteriously, and therefore entertainingly stretch and stretch until they all become identical in length. Can I hear a hallelujah on that, brothers and sisters? That's right, hallelujah. That's right, my friends, you've got to praise the chord. Some of these jokes I do just for myself. Watch closely, 3 pieces of rope now, all identical in length. Here's rope number 1. I want you to see for yourself. It doesn't stretch, it doesn't shrink. It's a good, strong, solid piece of rope. But now rope number 1 is exactly the same length as rope number 2, which also does not stretch or shrink. And rope number 2 is exactly the same length as rope number 3. It's a very convincing illusion. Sometimes, though, when I do this, people think I'm using that phony sleight of hand stuff. But that's not true. In fact, to prove there is no sleight of hand involved, I will tie the ropes together. Now, with the ropes tied together, there's no way that I could cheat, even if I wanted to. In fact, I'll tie these ends together as well. 3 ropes tied together, making sleight of hand absolutely impossible. All I've got to do now is gather up the ropes, say the magic words, shrinko, shrinko, shrinko. And even though the ropes are securely tied together, still, they change back to their 3 completely different original lengths. Now, I don't expect you to take my word for it, so you might want to examine this rope here yourself. The little piece, make sure it doesn't stretch or shrink, not to be confused, of course, with the middle-sized piece, and that would be for you over here, and the long piece, and that brings this mystery, ladies and gentlemen, to its dramatic conclusion, the stretching ropes of India.
Take a bow, my friend. Take a bow. All right. Another classic routine done with precision and with passion. That man could do it all, and he did it always in such a way that just made you not want to take your eyes off of what he was doing. I was staring here the whole time. I was just sitting here watching the whole time and just remembering the old times. And, the one thing about Daryl, I think to a lot of us is he just seemed like a friend, like a familiar friend. You know what I mean? And that says a lot because he really made everyone feel that way. Anytime he was around them, he just made everyone feel liked and never felt like they were intimidated to talk to him or ask him any questions. So you could see it. And I see a friend over on Facebook here saying Andy Wallace's handling was so smooth. Yeah, absolutely. Danny Whitson, good to see you over on Facebook. This is great. Thank you, Murphy's Now. Thank you, Danny, for joining us for this tribute. And thank you, Daryl, for being who you were and by being such a great role model. That's the one thing in magic. It's great to see some of the classic guys. They are true role models because in a post that I put up, I mentioned earlier, for me, the real magic with Daryl wasn't just the tricks, but it was also just his character. It spoke for itself. I never heard a bad thing about the guy. There was no ego there. He just loved being around magicians. He just loved performing and doing magic, and he was just great, and that's a testament to character and reputation. That's what carries you, and that's part of what made someone like him such a legend. So remember that. Drop the ego. Drop all that crap. Just have fun and enjoy performing and being around people. You could see it in this man. You could see it. You could feel it when he's performing, right? Yeah. I did mention earlier I got some live in real-time pictures. I was putting these together while I was watching that clip as well. These are from the Philippines. My buddy James Paul sent these in. These are recent. The Philippines, this is Daryl performing for a packed house, as always, doing a lecture there. Again, this is from the Philippines, and special thanks again to my buddy James Paul. Here's another shot of the room where these guys, as you can see, they're just all on the edge of their seat. They're just waiting and watching and learning from one of the best that ever lived. So thank you, my friend, Mr. James Paul, for sending that my way live during the show. All right, cool. I'm gonna go to a couple more comments and thoughts here from you guys, both on YouTube and Facebook right now. I think that's it for me and the clips that I have. So then we're going to play the performance, the full performance of Daryl. This is just from last month, a live show that he did out in California for a festival, and that's how we're going to slowly start to wrap up this tribute. So that should be good for all of us just to watch him one last time, really see him as he was. You know what I mean? So let's do that now, though. Let's go to our comments. I'm going to jump over here on Facebook, read a few more thoughts here. John, I remember that ropes, ring and wand, magic wand, excuse me. I really enjoyed doing that, a really magical effect. Thank you, Daryl. Many people will still be happy because of your magic even with you gone. I can say he was a very jolly person. He's like smiling for the whole night in selection in the Philippines. Such a legend, yeah. That's the one thing, that smile and the laugh. I think the laugh, I'm going to miss the laugh. I think a lot of us will just miss the friendly person that he was and the laugh that he had for sure. James Paul, my friend that just sent me the pictures. Thanks, Luke. No, thank you, James. Sincerely, thank you. Best lecture we ever had. We will surely miss him. Right on. Very nice to hear. Rich Ferguson. Good to see you, Rich. I confidently can say I learned more from Daryl than any other source on the planet. For the first few years of getting into magic, he was a true inspiration with no ego. Take that to heart, guys. No ego. Yeah. Danny Whitson, he was very approachable. Right on. Benji, he is an inspiration of magic. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah. Good thoughts from you guys. Thank you. His legacy and teachings will live on, and generations will be able to learn, but unfortunately never know him. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Let's now jump back over to YouTube. That's where the rest of our friends are watching as well. We'll head over there in just a second and see what you guys have to say about Daryl. Here we go. Let's see here. Respect, honor, great legendary magician, amazing person. Right on, right on. He loved that crystal wand. Was his favorite. There you go. Very cool. This is such a good idea. It makes me believe in humanity again. Ah, Dylan. Wow. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Glad you're enjoying this. The thing that reminds me most of Daryl is this. As I stumble through this life, help me to create more laughter than tears, dispense more happiness than gloom, spread more cheer than despair. Never let me become so indifferent that I will fail to see the wonders in the eyes of a child, the twinkle in the eyes of the aged. Never let me forget that I'm just going to finish that. Total efforts is to cheer people, make them happy, and forget momentarily all the unpleasantness in their lives. And in my final moment, may I hear you whisper, when you made my people smile, you made me smile. The clown's prayer. Right on. Thank you, RJ, for sharing that. Nexus, he was one of my first live lectures, and man, really great, really amazing. We'll never forget. Greg, above all, he was pure class. Well said, Greg. His style is legendary and will never be forgotten. What a show you're doing tonight for him and RP. Oh, thank you, Carl. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. Thank you. And one more time, back on Facebook. I'm trying to get to as many of your comments as I can. Yes, John. Yes, it's the jolly, the happiness. That's a lot of what I keep hearing when it comes to Daryl and just being happy when he performed. Absolutely. So, Amir, you are amazing. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you very much. So we have one last clip. This is the big one. This is from a performance that Daryl did. Let me just pull up all the details for you before I throw to this. All right. Let me just look this up, and I want to make sure I give you all the deets. So this is from the Fog City Magic Festival in San Francisco from January. So this is very recent, and this is a full set that Daryl performed. Again, this is about 30 minutes long, so this is your chance to catch a full performance of Daryl in action. This isn't any VHS footage like we've been watching some of the older stuff. This is some good stuff, so very excited to see this. All right, so kick back and relax, and let's enjoy this show together. All right, so here it comes, the live show from the Fog City Magic Festival. Again, guys, I will be in the chat during this time as all of you are hanging out and watching, so continue to share your stories and your thoughts. If you have anything else you can think of in the meantime, I could try to reference it before we end the episode as well. Okay? So enjoy this. I will enjoy it with you, and then we will start to wrap up this tribute to one of the greats. All right?
Ladies and gentlemen, our next act and our last act for the evening. For the past 50 years, it's performed all over the world with virtually nothing. Please welcome to the stage, the magician's magician, Daryl.
I feel the love. Now, before I say anything, I'd like to say a few words. I've studied magic for a long time. I love magic. Magic is my life. The good news is magic is real. Magic truly exists, and the best news of all, magic is everywhere. Thank you, and good. You want more? No, it's true. Magic is a state of mind. Magic is just as real as happiness and love. It truly does exist. And the good news, it's everywhere. You can find magic in the simplest, most mundane objects. For example, oh, don't look at this. Do not even look at this. It's working. To the untrained eye, it looks like a piece of rope. What's the big dang dog and deal on that noise? But to a magician, this is known as the rope of mystery. I know. That's how I felt first time I heard about it. Watch the rope of mystery. It is not the quickness of the hands that deceive the eyes. I do this very slowly. And you haven't blinked once. That's good. Watch the ends of the rope. I just twirl one around the end. No big deal. I blow gently. That makes the ends very soft. Hey, I'm working here. Very soft, very easy to remove. You are not laughing now. So now I got myself a piece of rope that has no ends. But I'm no fool. I know where the ends are. Yeah, I got your ends right here. How you doing? All I've got to do is take the ends, squeeze like this, turn the inside to the outside, and of course, vice versa. That puts everything back the way it was. Ladies and gentlemen, the rope of mystery. No. That's an entirely different act. Yeah. I hardly ever do that one anymore. I'll tie the ends together with a double knot. A double knot. Look at that. So I can tell who's paying attention. Now this, of course, gives me a circle of rope, and if I cut the rope anywhere along the circumference, I would have two pieces. I didn't bring any scissors, but that's all right. I'm a professional. I have two. I can fake it. Face. Normally what I do is I cut the rope exactly opposite from the tied ends. That way both lengths would be identical. But as you can see this evening, I'm a little off. So that's all right. All I have to do is take the first end here, put the second end where the first end used to be. I squeeze and I twist it counterclockwise. I say the magic words. Cuando guardos, cuando ledas, porque yo no se necesita celebración. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Finally subsides. There's always someone that's suspicious. Here's something you can go home and try. You can actually go home and try this tonight. Get a piece of rope from your closet. Any length will do. Fold it in half. If you do that, you'll find the ends together on one side. Opposite the ends will be the middle. Thank you. There's more. How much would you pay for a rope trick like this? Don't answer yet. The idea of this mystery is to cause the ends to change places with the middle. There are many ways to do this. Some are better than others. Here's one method. Exactly. Oh, great. Hop around the room. Sound like a crowd. That's what Uncle Joe. Watch the first end. I will squeeze it until it becomes so small, so it's finally minute. It becomes invisible to the naked eye. Then I'll toss it into the air. It remains invisible until it lands on the air. You can make up your own jokes here. Now, for lack of technical variation, I will repeat the illusion. Watch the second end. I squeeze it. It passes through the hollow core of the rope. It lands on the other side. Now I've got the ends where the middle used to be, the middle where the ends used to be, which in itself is quite a feat, although I seem to be the only one who thinks so. Ladies and gentlemen. There's always someone, usually someone from this general area here, who seems to be suspicious of the rope. They seem to think it's a piece of that phony, fake trick stuff you buy at the magic store. Those people, I simply say, "Ha! I laugh on you." This is not phony, fake magician's tricky rope from the magic store. No, I got that stuff right here. This is real rope. Check it out yourself. Pull on it, make sure it's ordinary rope. It does not stretch, it does not shrink. It's ordinary stuff. In fact, hang on to that, hang on to that. I'd like you to double check the ends. Make sure the ends are solid. They're not sticky with glue or, Velcro. Oh, clean out your ears, yes. I was going to mention it, but I didn't want to do it. No, it's okay. Make sure that the ends, they've been tied. That's to prevent fraying of the ends. Now, this stuff, I can't let you see this. I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I cannot let you see this. All right, I'll tell you what. You can look at a little piece. Just that. That's all. No more. If you know the secret of the magic rope, but only if you know the secret, you can actually tie a knot in the middle. Take that knot, squeeze it gently with your fists. That creates the illusion that the knot disappears. Actually, the knot is still there. It's just that it's very, very small. And it's hiding on the inside. Now, you can't see it, right? I can't see it, and I'm closer. But you can feel it right there. There's a bump. Rather than take the time to let everybody feel the bump. What I'll do instead is give it a little shake like this. Achoo! That reforms the knot from the inside out. You might want to check out that one. Now, who among you has the big one? That would be your cue, sir. Would you please toss that rope to me if you'll be so kind on the count of 3? I was messing with you. You examined this rope yourself. Is that true?
Thoroughly.
Very, good answer. You can trust him too because he is one of you. Is it an ordinary piece of rope?
Perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, another satisfied customer. Let's hear it. Good answer. How about the little piece? Is that okay?
Yes.
How about the little teeny tiny itsy bitsy piece? Isn't that the cutest little thing? I agree. Obviously a connoisseur of rope. Please notice, by the way, that these ropes are different lengths. Normally I don't have to mention this. Sometimes I present this mystery for a group that has been drinking. Sometimes the audience does not notice. Now, I'll tell you right now, if you do not notice the fact that these ropes are different lengths now, what I'm about to show you would be even more pointless. 2 different lengths. In fact, all 3 are different, may I? 3 different lengths, different sizes completely. 3 different sized pieces of rope. What to do? Here's a novel idea. I will create the illusion that these different sized pieces of rope are all exactly identical in length. Now to do that, I just gather the opposite ends of the long piece, the medium-sized piece and the short piece, and I say the magic words, stretcho, stretcho, stretcho. I wrote that part. And so magically, mysteriously, and therefore entertainingly, ladies and gentlemen, stretch and stretch until they all become identical in length. Can I hear a hallelujah? Praise the chord. Some of these I do just for myself. Now, do you remember just a few short moments ago, these ropes were 3 completely different lengths? Were you here then? You were here. Here's rope number 1. I want you to see. You're up close. It does does not stretch. It does not shrink. It's a good, strong, solid piece of rope. But now it's exactly the same length as rope number 2, which, by the way, also does not stretch or shrink. And rope number 2 is exactly the same length as rope number 3. It's a very convincing illusion. But still, I do this, and people say, yeah. I know, yeah. You're just, you know. You're doing that sleight of hand stuff. That's phony sleight of hand. No, I am not. I will be doing the phony sleight of hand later. But to prove there's no sleight of hand involved at this particular point in time, I'm going to tie the ropes together with double knots. Now, with the ropes tied together, there's no way I could cheat, even if I wanted to. Does anyone find any of this? Are you really? Hey, after the show, we'll talk about timeshare. I'll tie these ends together as well, making sleight of hand impossible. All I have to do now, oh, now look at that. That's 3 pieces of rope, all identical in length, all tied together with double knots. All I've got to do now is say the magic words, shrinko, 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 ha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. And even though they're tied together with double knots, they still change back to their 3 completely different original lengths. Now, I don't expect you to take my word for it. Here's the little piece. You might want to double check that little puppy out. That would be for you, sir. You get the medium-sized piece, that'd be for yourself right here. And the long piece, and that brings this mystery, ladies and gentlemen, to its dramatic conclusion. Yes, I'm a professional magician. I jaunt about the globe. I share my magic with one and all. And I do this one. Actually, I do. I learned from my high school woodshop teacher. And remember, boys, always use the safety. Except I show both sides. Whoa. All right, so you didn't see that tonight, did you? It's come to my attention that most people don't seem to understand the difference between experiencing a mystery of magic and simply being confused. There's a huge difference. I mean, there are many things in the world that are very confusing, and yet they have absolutely nothing to do with magic. Mathematics, for example, politics, even the English language. And I brought with me a modest example. You might have heard the expression, an ace in the hole. Now, this refers to cards that are dealt face down in games such as stud poker.
All right, guys, stick with me for just a minute. I am going to get this playing much, much smoother. I'm sorry for the delay here, but that is a huge file. It's a 30-minute show, and so I'm trying my best to get it to play as smooth as I can, at least so we can watch the end of it together, all right? I know it's been a bit choppy, so my apologies to you guys. So give me just a second here. I need to fix 1 or 2 quick things, and then we'll be on our way. So give me just a minute. And we'll get it going. Again, if you guys have any other thoughts or stories that you want to share from the life of Daryl, now's your chance to share those. It's a great thing to share those now. So, just 1 sec, and we will get this going. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, I can tell you that. Let me see here. Where were we here? Tell you what, while we're doing that, I'm going to throw up one more clip of his. We watched this one a little while ago, but this will give me a chance, hopefully, to get a couple of these bugs fixed so we can watch the end of this together, okay? So let's go back to one of the original clips we watched. Let's watch him do the Chicago opener one more time, all right? And then we will be back to get the rest of this show underway. All right, thanks for hanging tight, guys.
Action. Ready for some action. Watch closely, make sure I don't cheat. Yeah. Would you help me out? You're not too busy. Just pick a card, any card. Anyone will be fine. Oh, good one. Take a look at it. Remember what it is. Hold it up high. Let everybody see. And then, if you will, I'd like you to put it back into the deck. Just call out stop wherever you'd like to place it.
Stop.
Perfect. Watch closely. Lost, but not forgotten. What I have to do is pass the hands over the pack. Believe it or not, one card will change color. Just like that. It's done. So they're all red on the backside except for one card. Ooh. And you know what? That's the only card that changed color. Now, any card could have changed color, but only one specific card actually made the change. What was the card you selected?
Jack of clubs.
Jack of clubs, that's all there is to it. Works every time. That's weird, isn't it? Sometimes I do this, people think, oh, you just got lucky. Well, I did. I'm going to press my luck. I'm going to try for 2 in a row. Yeah. Would you mind helping me out? I'll just shuffle through. Anytime you'd like at a random location, just call out the word stop.
Stop.
Perfect. Take a look at the card. In fact, I'll let everybody see it. I won't look. You see what it is? You got it? And I'll try the same mystery again. Just like before, a little pass of the hands. One card changes color. One card. One card should be blue. Whoops. Do you see it?
No.
You don't see the blue card?
Well,
No. I was hoping you'd say that. Take a guess. What do you think that card might be?
oh God, king of spades. It couldn't.
Absolutely, positively. Good one. Same. One card different, of course. That's the different card. To misdirect you, I use a little jingle. That's right, my friends. It's a little game from Hanky Poo, the red for me, the black for you. Hi diddle diddle, it's the one in the middle. That's right. Man, you're really watching. Ooh, the pressure's on again. Look, there's the red cards, there's the black. Watch the black card. That's all you've got to do is watch the little lady. Here's the mystery. It should be here. Technically, it should be there. But I cheated. It's not there. It's over here. So it's a good thing you weren't betting the big buckolas. I'll do this again. Watch, very slowly. It's not here, it's not here, it's the one in the middle. Oh, yeah, put on, oh, yeah, like that's going to help. Put on the glasses.
That's right.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. Every edge you can get. Look, there it is, right in the middle. The mystery's quite simple. You mix them up. I do a fast move. Here's the fast move. Watch. Oh, that's it. No, it should be there, but it's not there. Look, let me do this again. I want you to see how this is done. It's a very strange thing. Look, this is the move. This is the technique. It's illegal in 5 states. Here's what they call the double flash from Oakland. I learned this from Red from Oakland. It's not there, it's not there. Now, you know it's not this one. That's a fact. No question about it. That's a loser. So just put that one out of your mind. Forget about it. In fact, I'll discard it to here. Always bet on either this one or this one. Wait a minute. That's how you can never win. You never win at this game. Never win. You can't win. Well, there's one way. There's one way. Follow the red cards. Forget about the black one. Forget about this one. Just watch the red one. So here's how to win the game. If I say, what's in this hand, say nothing. There's nothing. It's invisible. Let's try it. What's in this hand?
Nothing.
You're good. What's in this hand?
Nothing.
How about this one?
Something.
All right, something, yeah. That's right, a little something here. That's the secret. Now watch, there's nothing here, there's nothing here. Watch the one in the middle. That's the one to follow. As long as you watch the one in the middle, you'll always see exactly how it's done. Watch closely. I do nothing, very slowly, very slowly. Where would you guess? If you wait.
I would say in the middle.
Wait, well, that's unfortunate, my friends, because you can never win when you play the 3-card monte. 3-card monte. 3-card. 3-card monte. Doggy dog. That's fancy pants. Wow. For this mystery, I need to use a magic wand, a beautiful magic wand. Would you please take the liberty of examining the magic wand? Also, a lovely piece of velour cord for you. Please to examine. I need one more thing. I need to borrow $1,000. No, a finger ring. Does somebody have a finger ring? Perfect. May I borrow that for just a moment? Oh, that's actually very nice. Oh, man. I hope this works. So that is a solid finger ring. It is not a fits-all finger ring.
Right.
Good. Okay. How about that? Is that solid?
Yeah, it's very solid.
Nice. You're having entirely too much fun with this. Solid, beautiful crystal magic wand. And how about the cord?
Solid.
Good answer. Good answer. So basically, this is a mystery of solid through solid. And if I don't prove the fact that everything is solid, it's pointless. Solid magic wand, solid cord, solid finger ring. Now I need a little bit of help. First, I'm going to put the ring on the cord so that I don't lose it. Very important. There it is on the middle so far. So what? But it builds. Now to make sure I don't lose it, I will cross the ends over the back of my wrist, okay? Would you help me out? Hold on to one end of the cord with your left hand.
All right, my friends, I've got the last little bit of that show keyed up. I had to do a couple things, twist a few things around, but I got it working for you. So this is the last 20 minutes so of the show that Daryl did last month in California at a festival. So I'm going to throw that up for you right about now and let you enjoy it. So thanks for hanging tight with me. I hope that you've been enjoying this as much as I have. This has been a lot of fun. And
now I have hole cards as well, but these are hole cards
just a sec
of
here.
completely different types.
Gonna throw
First card
this.
is called a hole card. It's called a hole card because it has a hole. The second card is completely different. This is a hole card. It's called a hole card, of course, because it does not have a hole. In other words, it is a hole. Now the third card is like the second. It's a hole card. The last is like the first. It's a hole card. So this is a mystery with 2 hole cards and 2 hole cards. Now the hole cards are colored on the back, so if I put the hole card against the hole card, it creates the illusion of a spot card. Now the same is true with this pair, the illusion of a spot card, but really, of course, it's nothing more than a hole card and a hole card. Now if I make the illusion of the spot card, squeeze and snap my fingers, you see the spot card becomes a real card, and it does not rub off. I know. That leaves me with 3 more cards, 2 of which are hole cards.
All right, still having some technical difficulties over here. I'm trying my best to get this going for you guys. I may have to scrap the rest of it. I'm sorry, guys. This is over on Vimeo. That's probably what I'll do is I'll give you guys the link in the chat where you guys can watch this. I did my best to download it and have it stream, but it is a massive clip, and I don't think it's going to stream nice out here for you guys. So I'll put the link over on YouTube and Facebook so we can all check that out together. So sorry about that, guys. I did my best, but yeah, I didn't know it wasn't going to stream. It's too big. All right. So I think that will about wrap it up for our tribute here. Sorry I didn't go smoother at the end. But I think what we could do is we'll probably watch the Ambitious card clip one more time. How about that? And that will give us a chance to kind of finish things up on a high, right? Because that is the routine that Daryl was known for the most. So yes, I will definitely set you guys up with the link. I'll drop it in YouTube and Facebook in just a second so you guys can watch that. Okay, that's a really good clip of Daryl performing last month. So yeah, let's go back to the Ambitious card clip once more, and then we'll wrap things up, get some thoughts and words from you guys, and we will finish showing our respects to a living legend, the man, the myth, the one that does it all, Mr. Daryl. All right, Ambitious card one more time. Here we go.
Whoa. Well, that was a good touch. Wow. I wish I had a better act. Well, right now, I would like to explain to you how all card tricks are done. I can explain them in one word. One word is control. That's all that happens. The magician controls the cards. Allow me to demonstrate. Would you help me with this one? What I need to do is to have one card that we will control. Any card, and because I'm going to have you sign the front of the card, it might be a good idea to get something other than a picture card. A number card would be best. So name any card you'd like, and that's one we'll use. It's up to you.
2 of hearts.
Ah, one of my personal favorites. There's the 2 of hearts, and would you please, in big, bold letters, sign your name, your first name on the front side of the card. That'll be perfect. Excellent, nice and big. Now, the reason I have the card spread face upwards is so that you can see that that is the only 2 of hearts in the entire deck. Sometimes I demonstrate this mystery, and people say, oh, well, obviously, you have duplicate cards, but that's the only one. Even if I did have a duplicate 2 of hearts, of course, that's the only one with your name on the front. Okay? Now what happens is the magician says, put the card back into the deck, and that's where he cheats. I'll show you what I mean. It goes in, I'll shuffle them up. Man, you haven't blinked once. That's good. So it really is hopelessly lost. The card is not on the bottom or next to the bottom. I mean, it could have been, but it would have been just coincidence. Or the top, it's not near the top. If I want your card, I just snap the fingers, and it will rise to the top all by itself. That's the mystery. Now in slow motion, it looks like this. The 2 of hearts goes into the center of the deck, about halfway down. All I have to do is snap the fingers. That's all it takes. The card will rise to the top position, and it works every single time. Now in slow motion, it looks like this. It really goes in, but I'll put it in from the front. Now obviously, if I do not snap my fingers, it will not rise up to the top of the deck. In fact, it won't even be next to the top. It stays in the middle until I do the secret move. The secret move is nothing more than a snap of the finger, and it's up on the top once again. Now anybody can do this. In fact, would you do me a small favor? Lift off about half of the pack. Perfect. Cover it up yourself. Put all those cards on top. Take the entire deck out of my hands. Just snap your fingers. Perfect. You're a natural. Turn over the top card. If it worked, bow to your thunderous applause. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a winner. Watch the card very closely. Not yet. It goes into the middle, but to be even more fair, I will place it in the middle of all of these cards, then all of these into the middle of all of these cards. Now it's hopelessly lost until, of course, I snap the fingers. Then it jumps back up to the top once again, cleverly disguising itself on the way. No, perhaps the deck didn't hear me. Here, let me start again. There's the 10. If I snap it like this and give it a little squeeze, it turns into the 2 of hearts. Are there any questions up to this point? See, I'm just making it up as I go along.
Can't even feel it move.
Yeah, that's right. And she knows, because you tried, didn't you? You felt it?
I didn't.
You didn't? Look, I'll tell you what I'll do this time. I will push the card forward about halfway. I won't use the whole deck. I'll just cover it with a few cards. Just a few like that. I'll push it in, give a little snap. It jumps to the top. But actually, this is not the top of the deck. See, this is considered the top of the bottom half. The top of the deck would be this part over here. So watch the top of the deck, and you'll see it every single time. You really will. Oh. I have an idea. To make this easier to follow, I will eliminate half of the pack. I won't even use those. Just half of the deck. In fact, would you take this yourself? All I'm going to do is riffle down the corner. Anytime you'd like, just say stop. I will stop, and I'll let you put the card in yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Face down. Anytime.
Stop.
Perfect. Face down like that. Watch. No moves, no tricks, no manipulations. It is not on the bottom. It is not on the top. It stays in the middle until I snap the fingers. Then it jumps up to the top once again. Now I'm going to push it in with one finger because I really want you to see it. It goes in the middle. That's about halfway down. With one finger, I'll push it in. Watch. So you do a little snap. It jumps up to the top once again. Now let me do this again. It goes in the middle. I'll turn this face up. That way you can see it's not on the top yet. Not until I do the secret move. See, here's the secret move, a little tap and a snap, and it's back on top. Now when you do this, you can do it in slow motion. Just place it on the table, cover it with all of these cards, snap. It still jumps up to the top of the deck. It's always on the top. But I have an idea. To make this even easier to follow, tell you what I'm going to do. I will eliminate a few more cards. I will eliminate all of these. That's all I can do. Now that's as few as I can use and still be able to place the card into the middle of the deck. Now it's a very thin deck, but the principle is the same. It goes in the middle. It's sandwiched in from above and below until I push it like this. Snap the fingers, it jumps to the top. I'll do this again. There's the card. It goes in the middle between the other two cards until I snap the fingers, and then of course it jumps to the top position. Now, sometimes when I do this, I cheat. Once I did this, and I did cheat by accident. I didn't place it in the middle. Instead, I actually put it on the bottom of the packet. That's okay. I snapped. It still jumps up to the top. It just had to go through two cards. And this works in anybody's hands. In fact, would you put your hand out like this? Like a table. Watch closely. There is the card. Face down, off the top, into your hand. I will cover it with these cards. I'll even spread them out. All you have to do is snap your fingers. Perfect. That's good. Turn over the top card. Let everybody see. We have another winner. You know, there may be some suspicious folks out there. Quite honestly, there's only two ways that this can be done, or two categories of methods. One is it could be sleight of hand. Another is it could be a trick. That is to say, maybe before the show I had you sign a duplicate Two of Hearts. That's not the case. So just to make this card extra unique, perhaps you'd care to help out. Would you put your initials or your signature on the front of the card as well? What we're going to do is have several people sign the card. That way we know there's no possible chance of having a duplicate. And to make sure that I'm not using any sleight of hand, what I'm going to do is wrap the deck with rope. Please do. Watch very closely. I'm going to sleight of hand proof the pack. And the best way to do that is to wrap it up with rope. Now there's no way to perform sleight of hand with a deck that has been wrapped with rope. I know because I've tried. It just cannot be done. Many have tried and several were seriously injured in the attempt. Look at that. That puppy's all tied up. Now that's sleight of hand proofed. Is there a card out there? Oh no, please, please. Enjoy, relax. And just for fun, Would you sign the card as well? And sign it on the back, just in case. That's good. Any kind of identifying mark will be fine. And let's have that back. Oh, look at that. There's no way I could have a duplicate of that puppy. So the deck has been sleight of hand proofed with the rope, and the card has been signed by what, 20, 30 people. And to make it even more unique, let's tear off a corner. How about like that? I think that should be pretty convincing. That is the only one. The deck has been sleight of hand proofed. The card that's been signed by 20 or 30 people goes into the center of the deck, and that really is the middle, isn't it? That really is. I haven't cheated yet, but it's coming up. Watch. I'd like to see this one myself. That is the middle of the deck. It does go in. Is that still in the middle? Still the signed card?
Yeah.
Watch. Inside. All the way. Not yet? Hasn't gone through yet. Watch. Two of hearts. All the way in. Look. All I have to do is snap the fingers. Yes, I felt it. You'll have to take my word for it, but I did. I felt it. One card rises to the top. Can you take a little peek under there? That is definitely the top card. It is signed on the front. It is signed on the back. And just for those who are extra suspicious, it has the missing corner. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the mystery of the ambitious card.
All right, my friends, and there we have it. The ambitious card routine done by the man that made it famous, the man that made himself famous by performing that routine and winning FISM and countless other awards, just like FISM with that routine and many, many others that he created during his lifetime. He was someone that will continue to inspire future generations, not just the people that have been inspired already, but for all the rest that will come along the way next. That's the one thing I'd like to leave you guys on. A couple of different words I want to say. We're going on about 2 hours now. 2 hours is like a drop in the hat when it comes to the life of someone like Daryl. Kind of put together some clips for you guys, showed some pictures, got you guys your thoughts and everything, different stories and things like that. But what it really comes down to is that we all stand on the shoulders of giants. And I think that that's something that the youth especially should hear, is that Daryl, while he's gone, will leave a lasting impression. He left his mark on the magic world. And just because he's no longer with us doesn't mean that he's not someone that's important to the craft, that he's not someone that should be just looked over. When people always ask me who my favorite magicians are, I never say any of these new people, because yes, I enjoy new magic. I enjoy being inspired by new people. But the people that have really made me who I am are the people that, well, magic wouldn't be where it is without them. My favorites have always been Di Vernon, Ed Marlowe, Larry Jennings, people like that. Derek Dingle, Tommy Wonder. And now Daryl, of course, he's been in that list for a while as well. The people that have really molded me, the Michael Lamars and even the Paul Harrises. Always remember that these people have helped to bring magic a step further, carry the torch. And without them, we wouldn't be where we are today with magic. Look, the ambitious card routine, the ending that Daryl created is something will never be forgotten. It's an incredible invention. And so always remember that just because some of the people that aren't with us anymore, they shouldn't be forgotten and left out just because they're not cool, just because they're not all over the place. Those are the people that matter, because we wouldn't be where we are without them. And Daryl is no exception. He's made a huge impact on my life as a magician and countless others as well. And he will definitely continue to do that along the way. So always remember that as we go forward with magic. And always remember why you're performing magic and what is it that makes you want to continue being a magician. Those are the things you should try to carry with you further, not just worrying about the latest and greatest tricks. Yeah, it's always fun to learn new stuff. It's always cool to see what the new hot stuff is. But magic's always about so much more than just the tricks. And I think Daryl is a great example of that. As you saw when he performed, he left an impression that really, you saw the laughs, you saw the smiles, you saw what he really meant to magic. You know what I mean? And we could all strive to try and be that. We could always try to strive to make magic a little bit better. That's all of our jobs. You know, it's something we should all respect. As RJ just said, bring more smiles and tears to everybody. So always remember why you do magic and try to carry that with you when you perform and share it with other people. I try to share that with you guys each and every week when I do the live shows for you. Again, I'm not asked to do any of this stuff. I do it because I love magic, and I am so fortunate to have had the chance to meet Daryl and some of my other heroes along the way too. Also, just as a heads up, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, I have posted the link to the performance from last month. On the replay, it'll be in the description, the video description, and if you're watching over on Facebook, I pinned the comment to the top of this feed, so you can click on the link. It'll be at the very first comment posted. So if you'd like to click through and watch that 32-minute clip yourself, you can watch that. It is a performance that Daryl put on last month in California, so you can watch that. I'm going to show you that real quick. You can see it's right up at the top on the Facebook page, right there. So you can check that out, all right? He will always be one of the great teachers of magic. Long live Daryl. Well said, David. All right. So just a few thoughts. Carry magic forward. You know, if there's anything we can learn from the loss of Daryl, it's not just that he was an incredible magician, technically, but he also really loved magic. And that's something that I think we could all be inspired from and try to inspire other people when we perform, you know. Some friends are asking me when I'll be making another video. For new people that are watching, I do a live show each and every Wednesday. It happens at noon Pacific time over on Facebook and on YouTube. I'll be back again next Wednesday, noon Pacific time. Happens in the daytime. I may start doing some night sessions too. We will see. But this was something I wanted to do. I'm heading out of town tomorrow. I'll be shooting my at the table lecture in California, so I'll be away for the rest of the week, but a lot of behind the scenes stuff. But I wanted to do this. I had to do this before I got out of town, before I left the Vegas studio. I needed to do this before I left town, so that's why I wanted to do this. Any more Monday shows? Evan, we'll see. I can't make any guarantees, but there were a lot of new faces tonight, so it takes a lot of work to do these live shows. Tribute or not, it takes a lot of work behind the scenes to make these shows happen. So I'll keep you guys posted on when we will do more and more shows, but this was definitely a good eye-opening thing for me too. So Daryl, thank you, and thank you for hanging with us. We are now 2 hours. We are 2 hours into this. Let me see if we have any other last thoughts before we close up shop. All right. Let me see here. I'll pull up our YouTube friends. I haven't gone to YouTube in a little while. So here we go. YouTube, hello, hello. He was so damn energetic. Yes, scary, 100%. Yeah. Magic Mario, we can only keep the creative community greater, and Daryl was certainly one that did just that. Absolutely. Evan, you got it. RJ, leave the world better than when you came in. Daryl exemplified that in every joke and trick that he showed. Right on. Yeah. Alan Orson, thanks for your time, man. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Luke. It is now 1 a.m. and I really should go snuggle with the wife. Alan, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Get some rest. Thanks for kicking back and relaxing with us for a little while. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm sure our paths will cross sooner than later, sir. Yeah. Let's see. Gary, R.I.P. Daryl. I'm so sad. Was always hoping to see him live one day. Well, the one good thing is we do have video. We do have his work to study, and his life will live on. That Daryl will live on through his work. So if you definitely feel like you need to be, or you are inspired by what you've just seen, check out his work. Be inspired. Learn it. You know, read his books. Hear his voice. Watch the videos. He still lives on through his work, and that's the beautiful thing about magic. RJ, you do too, Luke. You've made the magic world so much better. Daryl, oh man, thank you, RJ. I really appreciate that. Ariel, his influence, incredible influence on the magic community, will live on. Yeah, I still can't believe he's gone. It's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. Let's go back to Facebook real quick and get a few last thoughts from you guys over on Facebook too before we decide to close up for the night. Okay. Lance Miller, how are we doing, Lance? Thank you for this tribute. This was absolutely amazing. It was great to live through some of those moments. Well, appreciate it, Lance. Thank you. Camise, how are we doing, buddy? I appreciate what you do for us each week, Luke. Thank you for this special show tonight, and have a safe trip. But thank you, appreciate that. Glad you enjoyed it. Daniel Ricks, he will forever be the magician's magician. Amen to that. Jay Garcia, thank you so much. You're welcome. No worries. David, be one of the great teachers of magic. Long live Daryl. You're welcome. Bill, you're very welcome. Max Nelson always loved his little laugh. Yeah, I'm going to miss Daryl's laugh. I'm definitely going to miss his laugh, along with his magic and all the other good stuff, 100%. Yeah. So many kind words about him. Approachable, an inspiration. His handling was so smooth. One of the greats. My buddy D. Hood, he had to head out earlier. Thank you everyone for sharing this evening. It's been incredible, and I hope that we all learn to enjoy our lives in magic and otherwise. I'm truly saddened by the passing of this wonderful man who touched my life on a personal basis. Thank you, Luca Murphy's Magic, for the opportunity to enjoy these moments together each week. I am honored to be involved with such a classy brotherhood. I reluctantly have to run out to a gig, but look forward to catching them later. And that's the one thing we got to remember, guys. We are a brotherhood, and that's what I will wrap this up with. Is we are a brotherhood, and we all should support each other instead of trying to chop each other down. You know what I mean? There's a lot of criticism in the magic community, but it's silly because we're such a small community to begin with. It's a shame that we can't try to help each other. RJ has some very wise words. Always be kind to the young ones. The young people are the future of magic. Sometimes they need to hear the truth, but we should never look down on them. We should always try to help build them up and take them forward because they are the future, you know? And so very well said there, RJ. Yeah. He was so friendly to me as I am young and many aren't. Yeah, it's unfortunate, isn't it, that some of the young people, just because they're young, feel like they don't get to be heard. Well, Daryl was the opposite of that. He was the one that always helped whoever asked for help or needed help. That's just the kind of guy that he was, you know. Amir, thank Luke. As I said, you're an amazing person. Go strong with your magic and videos and rip. And R.I.P. Daryl. Yeah, well, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. It's a tough one, guys. This has been a tough show, for sure. Very tough to sit and try not to be sad when someone was so happy when you saw him and someone that was so inspiring. It's hard to sit here and try to be happy. It's hard, you know. Klaus, thank you so much, Luke. So sad that I did miss the convention in Sweden when Daryl did perform live last fall. Life is short, so let's honor the great people around us. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, I am going to go back to my other camera here and thank all of you for joining me and celebrating the life of someone that so many of us looked up to. And speaking of looking up, I'm sure he's looking down on us right now and smiling and probably has his laugh. He's probably got the little laugh going on right now because he knows how much we care about him. And it's a shame that sometimes we have to lose people in order to realize how important they are to us. And that's something I think that we should all take a look at, whether it's in magic or if it's in our own daily life, to always make sure that we appreciate what we have and who we have, because you don't want to be celebrating them afterwards wishing you could have said something or wishing you could have done something different. All right. I will catch you guys for our next live show. But in the meantime, perform that ambitious card one more time. Do it for Daryl. I'm sure he'd like it. All right, my friends. My name's Luke Dancy. I have been your host. And he will be missed. He will certainly be missed.